Hey, Peter and Rodney. Just doing a quick walkthrough here of the Accelerator budget. As you know, it's kind of a mini EO, so there's revenue and expense components. Again, sorry on the delay here, as I've been copying you, Rodney, as well. Global, just the two women that run the program up there have been swamped, and Allie specifically. I've been on the phone with the regional coordinator just to confirm what some of the figures are for some of the bonus items that we get and the timing of that cash. So I've got some pretty good estimates here, but I'm still getting a couple of final responses from them. So I just want to kind of walk you through this real quick. So pretty straightforward. There's the revenue side. So the revenue components for the Accelerator program, as you may know, is it's $2,200 for someone to join the program. $1,500 of that goes straight to global, and $700 of that is local revenue for our chapter. So the revenue components are made up of these items here, and I'll walk through them. So renewal, okay? So renewal's coming up here. Right now we have 38 people in the program. Last year we had around 42, and we had about 27 that renewed. So based on that, I'm kind of making some estimates on low and high. And so I kind of put flex budget approach here on these to look at best case, worst case scenarios. So hoping worst case we'll have 25 renew, best case we have say 32 of the 38, and could end up being higher because a lot of these people are new, should be staying in the program. Multiply that times the revenue figure for that item, and then kind of gives you a low and a high and then an average for each of these. Then throughout the year we have accelerators joining the program. We bring them on quarterly with a minimum hope of at least 4 coming on new every quarter and a high of 6. And so we charge a pro rata portion of that $700 throughout the year when they come on. So that's what these pro rata calculations are. Okay, and again, gives you low and high. Now these are the bonuses from Global. So we get a participation bonus, and so unfortunately in terms of cash flow, this doesn't hit till after, at least my understanding, what they're telling me, doesn't hit till after the renewals, which is we get $1,500 for up to 21 participants, and then for every participant over 21 we get a $500 bonus. And so you can see the formula on these just as taking and calculating the 1,500 plus the total number renewing minus 21 times 500. So this is giving us a high and low on that participation bonus that we get pending renewals. Graduates throughout the year, again, this is from graduates from the prior year. So I know we have 2. We may have as high as 4. We got 2 that are pretty close and pending that may finalize before the end of June. We get a $500 bonus from Global for graduates. So again, high and low there. NERF scholarship. This is also something we apply for that we actually had $4,500 last year and going to apply for this year, and at a minimum expect to get at least $2,500 that goes towards helping fund getting our EO co-chairs and our accelerator board to the NERV event coming up in South Florida, because that's kind of our mini GLC there. So there's really no low or high there, just put $2,500. And then sponsorship funds in addition to in-kind. So typically throughout the year we'll get some small contributions. Either they're sponsoring a breakfast for our quarterly learning events, or we get direct cash in kind. So this is the whole revenue picture. All right, and also Celebrity is kind of our version of Peak for Accelerator. We still have some pending items that we're trying to get finalized, and also includes a number of renewals. That would be an additional $5,000 that would be added to any of these numbers. Okay, so this just gives you kind of a best case, worst case on revenue. Then on the variable expense side, basically here, these are items associated with, so we got 4 of these sort of that happen quarterly. For the recruitment luncheons, again, we bring people on quarterly, and number of times per year is 4. The low and high number of participants, and we have seasons 52 and cost per head to attend that luncheon. So we have the participants or prospects, as well as usually a couple of accelerators and EO members to participate to help in that process. So this gives you the total number for those recruitment luncheons. The quarterly learning events that we have that are all day events, Gazelles comes in and does those that we have quarterly. They pay for the trainer to come in and all that stuff. All we're responsible for is the room rental, which right now we have $300 negotiated with Rome. We provide lunch, and then we also provide kind of at least a single drink for everybody to come to happy hour afterwards. So that's these three components. Happens 4 times a year, so this is a straight multiplication. For the luncheon, it's around $27 per head. I think we actually got it less than that at this point, as far as low and high number of people that attend the quarterly event, and then happy hour based on number that come, and attend afterwards. That's never been usually more than $400. But I like to err on the higher side. Additional Accelerator, dedicated learning and social. So this is for dedicated Accelerator events throughout the year, for learning and social, that they're having their own learning events and own social events. So I've got earmarked $3,000 for that. Mentor lunches, this is for David specifically to take the mentors out quarterly that are mentoring and coaching the Accelerator programs, based on high-low attendance of that, for him to kind of touch base, share best practices, get feedback. And then the Accelerator board retreat, this typically is August, September, where the Accelerator board kind of have a full day to half day kind of planning session, just kind of renting a space at Rome or otherwise, and provide lunch for everyone to get together and do planning for the coming year. Okay, so that's kind of the low-high variables on the semi-variable expenses. And the last expense component here is NERV. So part of the budget every year always is funding the Accelerator board to attend. Not everybody can go. I'm still getting feedback from folks on who can and can't attend. Part of that I was waiting to send out to get final answers from Global on hotel availability and everything. But kind of have a low-high number there as well on number that will be attending on the low end, the high end from the Accelerator board, that we help to subsidize just their participation. And then typically as well, as far as the EO chair or co-chairs, depending on the scholarship funds that we get, either fund going to LLC, subsidize going to GLC, or NERV, depending on which one can attend. So got kind of a estimate here for low and high on the subsidy for airfare and lodging, in addition to the attendance fee. All right, so that brings the grand total on expenses here on the low-high. And so this, disregard this bottom, but this right here basically kind of gives a look at absolute worst case, which means worst case revenue. Let's say we bring in our absolute lowest number on the revenue, all right, and then we have our absolute highest on the variable expenses. We spend high on attendance and recruitment and so forth, and end up getting a very low sign up for some reason. And then on the high side for NERV, which we have maximum attendance. So worst case, that has us breaking even, which that I don't foresee happening at all. But if we get celebrity, that's not added in here. That would add $5,000 in revenue to this scenario as well as this one. And this is best case, which is, we hit our top line revenue, which means we have our maximum number of recruitment, maximum renewal, and so forth. And then also put in there the highest expenses on the variable and fixed. That gives us 11.5 margin. You add the celebrity bonus, that puts us 15 to 16. So that kind of summarizes the whole budget for the program. As you can see, there's still some variables, and a lot of this will be pending, as is with EO, on what the renewals look like. But that gives you kind of an idea. And Peter, you're not going to talk further. Again, sorry I can't be there. I have travel here with my wife's family. We plan every year up in Michigan, but can walk through it further at your convenience.